What's up, y'all? It's Spicy AF. I'm back with another spicy topic. Hit that thumbs up, like this video. Also, follow me on X. It's Spicy AF and at Spice Tea Spill on Instagram. Here's my picture. Subscribe and share. You should always leave a violent abuser. It's the same story. It never changes. They're charming, emotionally detached, but just enough to keep you chasing them. You just gotta have them. Then they're controlling, but just enough that you see it as them being protective. They isolate you. Oh, but you don't even know you being isolated. Sometimes never, but that's how that looks. You haven't seen your parents and your siblings. You don't hang with your friends anymore. And oh, you don't work anymore. The charmer part says to you, they want to take care of me, that's all. Once they got you, then they can beat you up. But they call it disciplining you. They call it correcting you, chastising you, as if you was a damn kid. We've talked about Kim Porter before, but there's an update. Kim's life was a little different. She got to see her friends, right? Wrong. What she got was Diddy sending handlers disguised as friends, but people that reported back to him and let him know what she was doing, who she was talking to, what did she say, who did she tell what did she eat, what did she wear, how much money did she spend. Yeah, reporters, not friends. But your real friends, they might say, well, I haven't talked to her lately, I'm a little worried. I mean, I talked to her on the phone, but I haven't seen her. Because Kim Porter was Kim Porter. She was a model, and also she was the girlfriend of Diddy. It's impossible for him to isolate her completely because he was too busy for most of the time. He's way too busy. So he couldn't keep that much of a control on her in the way that it looks for the normal person. But he can tap her phone. He can put handlers in her life posed as friends. He can beat her up and she be gone for long periods of time. He can take her on trips, Saint-Tropez, and be beating her up. And nobody knows because she's away on vacation. That's how it looks for someone like Kim Porter. And that's why I said you cannot stay with these violent people. The longer you stay, the harder it is to leave. And the most likely you're going to end up dying from that shit. Or really, really fucking damaged. Kim's dad spoke recently on Diddy abusing Cassie in that video that came out. But by the way he talked, he seemed little delusional or unaware that his own daughter was getting beat up. Because like I told you, they isolate you from your siblings and your peoples, your parents, your friends. So unless that man was delusional or just unaware, he didn't know that she was getting abused the way that it said that she was getting abused. Let's get into the update, guys. Take a look. Kim Porter's memoir was supposed to have come out. Someone leaked it. We know that Diddy didn't want her to put that thing out, if it's real. But here is some of the inserts to the book. From her own words, it's supposed to be anyway. Sean yelled, "No! So who the are they from?" I was bewildered and told him honestly, I don't know. Probably just a fan. He threw the attached card at me. I picked it up to read it. Sean, he slapped me so hard I hit the ground. Sean yelled, "Who the were you with the other night?" I looked down at the card that was lying on the ground next to me and it read, "The other night was amazing. We must do it again. I tried to explain. Sean, he threw the flowers at me. That's not how this works. You have my child. You don't touch anyone unless I allow it. I pled with him. Sean, please. He yelled at me. What? I tried my best to calm him down. He probably didn't know. I didn't come up. You're publicly dating someone else. So he screamed at me, and it somehow seemed even more intense. So you don't tell him back off? Sean, I didn't. And then he, out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast, hanging from a sling. My face hurt. My eyebrow was in immense pain, as was my lip. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that just put me here. I understand you're angry. I glared at him as I cut him off. I'm serious, Sean. He spoke blandly with no energy. And tell them what? That you had a car accident. They'll pity you. That you hit your head. He was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin. You're a bastard. Sean spent the next 6 months helping me heal and working his way back into my life and into my bed. I was so darn stupid. And of course, I wasn't cast for either movie. From what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia. What are the odds? Pneumonia. That's what they say, pneumonia. But I recall that the man in question was also hit with a chair in a hotel room. There was rumors that he committed suicide. But of course, during this time, if this is in fact Kim Porter, she would have thought that it was pneumonia, because maybe the autopsy for that dude didn't come out yet, because they said that, you know, he died of suicide. Now, this is the crazy thing, right? The different stories, the different rumors, that alone to me is very suspect. When there are different stories, different aspects of the situation as to what is supposed to have happened, that is very suspect. One person saying that the man died of suicide, while others are saying pneumonia. I remember that producer also was found in the house. Hurt. A gunshot was heard and he was gone. So they said that he died of suicide. How is it that she heard this man died of pneumonia? It's very, very suspect. Supposedly, the family and loved ones was wanting her to get another autopsy to have an investigation. That's when the name Ed Winter comes up, who was also the medical examiner of Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Paul Walker, other celebrity names as well. Well, when he had agreed, it was suspicious how she died, being that the police call, the 911 call, was different than what the autopsy said. They said on the 911 call that she had cardiac arrest. When the autopsy came out, it said that she had lobar pneumonia. That was so suspicious that Ed was going to go ahead and exhume her body, but then this man comes up dead. And you know how? They say the same. Natural causes in his home. It's a lot of dead bodies coming up against around Diddy. It's a lot. That's why I said, when y'all in these situations of abuse, man, you got to call that hotline. You got to work your way out that situation. Don't tell nobody nothing. Use your head. You got to think about that, because this man actually thought he owned her. He hitting on her and telling her, you only see who I say you can see. That's not love. And it's sad that she stayed with him. I know them kids know something. Them kids, they know something. And it's sad, because the effects of abuse will hurt the kids. But I'm pretty sure they know more. So I think that you need to put your feelings to the side. Investigators need to exhume her body. They also need to question them kids. They need to ask those kids, ask people like Kamora Simmons, who is vocal about her friend and not liking the situation. She's talked about how she don't believe her friend was sick and that she died from pneumonia. She's very suspicious herself. She was at odds with Diddy. They need to question her real friends. People that last spoke with her need to be interrogated. I know that he's waiting any day now. They say he's going to be indicted. We still haven't heard on anything lately. But I think this is grounds for
here at home news tonight in the death of model and actress Kim Porter. The LA County coroner now calling for, quote, additional investigation, saying the cause of death is deferred for further testing. Porter was music mogul Diddy's ex-girlfriend and mother to 3 of his children. She was discovered at her LA home after she had reportedly been suffering from flu-like symptoms. She was only 47 years old.
The same illness that they said Kim Porter died from, Kim believed that producer also died from. Wow. This is why you don't stay with an abuser. You don't. You got to know what they do. They charm. They charming. They are aloof. They are detached. And that is what keeps women drawn to them. If you see the men that get all the women, usually they have a very detached way about them that you can't hurt them. You can't get me all the way. It keeps the woman chasing them. It keeps the woman wanting to conquer him. It makes the woman competitive towards other women. So they stay longer. You find yourself more attracted because of the chase than the actual person. Because once you get the person's heart, once you get the person, that all determines whether you love them or not. Or was it just about the chase? And that is the abuser. That is any man that's running women and got all these women wanting them. It's because they playing a game. Power play. I've talked about that before with you. It's called power play. But that's why it's very dangerous to stay with an abuser. It's so much manipulation into it. It's so much lies fed into you. The beating you is killing your self-esteem. It's tearing you up. And you can't believe you allow this man to do this. And because you cannot believe it, you tend to stay longer because you have to prove to yourself that he can treat you right. You can't leave until this man treats you right. And that may never happen. It's just facts that if you stay with an abuser forever, you're going to end up dead. You're going to end up hurt real bad or dead. You gotta get out of it. You got to get your head out of this. Your heart is not leaving it. You got to get your thoughts right. Thoughts are everything. As you think, so are you. Think your way out of this mess. Think your way out. It's crazy what they can have you doing. Kim Porter should not be dead. There's rumors going on that this woman was poisoned, and she didn't die from pneumonia. They saying this is all fabricated. How can another man that was involved with her die from pneumonia? How? At the time, if this is her memoir, Kim really thought this man died from pneumonia. But other reports, we talking about the same man, in other reports, after she was gone, it came out that that man killed himself. So ain't that the same man? But at the time, she was told it was pneumonia. Right there is where those investigators need to get involved, because the stories are not the same. If we talking about the same man, he should have died the same way. They said the man shot himself. So how is it that he shot himself and yet he also died from pneumonia? Is that the same producer? It's sick, and y'all, it's just getting started, because I truly believe that Kim is not at rest and that she is demanding, wherever she is spiritually, she's demanding something be done because she was murdered. And that is what I believe. She is demanding God get her justice. Get her justice. Who knows? The people that was with her in those final days, which is Corey, who is the girlfriend of Kris Jenner. He was there, of all people. He was there. Why was he there? He should be investigated. Then the coroner that wanted to take a second autopsy mysteriously dies. When the family asked for a second autopsy, when the loved ones and friends, why did he die? The man that's been doing a lot of celebrity autopsies, he suddenly died. Then the woman, the girl that stayed with Kim Porter and she slept with her supposedly in the same bed, her goddaughter, she needs to be questioned. And I believe that this is soon to come with this indictment. I think that a lot of people, but I really feel like if the family push more, I don't know about our other family, but I know that from the way the dad sound, it sounded like the dad was not that concerned or they keeping it hush hush. He didn't seem like there was an urgency to find out what could have happened to his daughter. He was surprised that Diddy did what he did to Cassie. And they said that Diddy did worse to Kim. Now that chair, him hitting with a chair, I actually heard that the producer that she was talking to was hit with a chair in a hotel as well. And I've done a video about that because people were saying that Diddy did that to him. So again, we have a situation where these stories are similar and some of them are totally different. Questions need to be asked by investigators. Her kids are aware of what happened to her, but that's his kids too. What about Quincy, who is not his biological son? What does it take for him to detach himself a little more? And what does it take? What does it take? He admires him, but he knows they know the real truth. They know, they have answers because they are around. So if they want to see justice for their mom, they need to conspire some stuff up. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Leave your comments. Hit that thumbs up. Like this video. Subscribe. And stay tuned because we got more to come. Peace.